Welcome to the National Demolition Association's 2021 Member Benefits and Services presentation. I'm Jeff Lambert, the Executive Director for the National Demolition Association. I'm joined with today with our current president, Mr. Scott Homrich, with Homrich, based out of Detroit, Michigan, and Natalie DeHart, our Director of Membership and Operations. So welcome. Mr. Homrich, you just want to give us a brief summary, who you are, where you hail from, and
Well, thank you, Jeff. Scott Homrich, your current president of the association. I've been involved with the association pretty much since I was a little kid, dating them back. My father had served through the executive board as well. And was a president in the mid 90s, 93, 94, somewhere in that window. So I've been around. I've seen a lot of the different changes, all the different, going from kind of a small old school type organization to where we're at today with, multiple different committees that are extremely active and building and developing programs all along the way. So it's been pretty interesting to see that transition and morph to where we're at. And it's been a good thing along the way. And Jeff had mentioned our company's based in the Midwest, the Detroit area mainly, and work pretty much all throughout the Midwest and down south, doing a variety of demolition. We do total demo, selective, environmental, so pretty broad based, and can see all the different realms of it, and also be able to weigh in on different topics. Just moving on to the next, Jeff kind of wanted to what membership means to me in our company. At the end of the day, there's just so many contacts that we have made through the association through the years, and whether it be with other contractors or owners at certain periods of time, you kind of get in front and they see how you're basically see how you're at the forefront of the industry, and being members of all the different committees, you have just different personal growth of learning and figuring out how to navigate, different things along the way. So it's been well. It's great to see the growth of the industry. I kind of been around different associations of other types, and really from the ground up, kind of giving back to whether it be this industry or if you're doing an association that's geared towards something different. It's just really good to give back and be able to help make the industry better and raise the bar for basically everybody that is in the demolition industry, and try just keep moving forward. It's at the end of the day, whether it's an association, an individual, whatever, kind of the get a little bit better every day is a pretty good slogan to live by, and I think that's what associations are really here for. So,
thank you, Scott. I mean, I just want to touch on what it means for the broader industry. We collective organizations, 75% of membership are contractors. We have, and I'll talk about sort of a breakdown here in a second, but about 2/3 of our contractors are 10 million and under in dollar volume, and then 1/3 of our membership base is over 10 million a year in annual revenue. And then the other 25% of our members are the associates and suppliers in the industry, thinking of CAT, Volvo, Liebherr, Shearcore. We have Brock. We have a lot of good, long-standing members that have supported the industry and have helped us in a number of ways, whether it's an attachment guide or whether it's best practices or equipment maintenance programs that we have. So very great to see the groups come together. What it means writ large, I'll tell you from an industry standpoint. Last year when the pandemic hit, we have a government affairs program. Kevin McKinney and Dennis McGarrell is actually on this webinar, who was the chair of the government affairs committee at that time. But we secured essential services, for demolition remediation from CISA at the time. which is where the states were getting their recommendations or gaining their guidance on essential services. So when we come together as a group, we stand as one voice. And there's no better example of that than last year during the pandemic. Everything that is up on our COVID-19 resources page basically came from members that were emailing me like, hey, here's this great document. Hey, here's this. Government agencies that were emailing OSHA, et cetera, like, here's this guide on reentry and, COVID-19 and bringing people back into work. And so it's a collective effort, and everything you see on that page is the power of the group. It's all from members, from stakeholders, from government agencies that reached out to us to put that page together. So it's a very clear example of how the power of the group works. Additionally, when we come together like this, we make connections. So Scott mentioned, the fact that he has met numerous people. That's how job opportunities happen. That's how when one of our members is looking for a sub who doesn't have an office in Mississippi or in Indiana, I get calls, or people will look in our membership directory, who is in NDA, who's part of the organization that I can reach out to and talk to about a project in Indiana or Mississippi or Louisiana. And that's the power of the connection. It helps folks win work at the end of the day. So I'm glad you're here. And again, to any prospects there on the Zoom, we'll get into a few specific benefits now. So benefits and services, what to know about the association. So, primarily education, advocacy, and industry updates. So, and then I've highlighted connecting our members with peers and service providers. So at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is helping you win work and perform it safely. Okay. So our membership directory, the connections you make either in our classes or at our networking events, at our convention, those are all venues, avenues for you. It's so funny to me because when we get together at some of these events, somebody will be like, oh, I used to work with them. And now it's like these connections have been made, and then I see a year later that they're working on a project together. It's through the association that happens. So connecting our members with peers and service providers. And I'll talk a little bit about the power of the service providers in our convention here in a moment, and why it's valuable to attend, to join, to make those connections. So, who do we advocate for, and what services make up our membership? So you'll see here, and this is a very broad brush overview, but GCs, highway work, landfilling, C&D recycling, of course, conventional demolition, mold remediation, you name it. So a lot of our companies are similar to Scott, have a broad range of services that they do provide. But again, if you're looking for a specialty contractor, our membership directory can help you drill down and get what you're looking for. So membership types. So I mentioned 75% of our members are contractors. So those are the regular members. We have two tiers, under 10 million and then over 10 million. Associate membership, again, the suppliers, the associates that work with our members on a daily basis, whether it's equipment installation, services, et cetera. International membership, we do have international members, Russia, France, the UK. I know we have the UK on our webinar today, Bridget and KHL. And then we do offer student membership. We have students that join. They take advantage of, our job board, attending our events, attending our education sessions as they're working towards their degrees or with their vocational technical schools. So member benefits, at the end of the day, networking opportunities, like I said, exchanging best practices, and I'll hit on a few of those. Improving safety practices. We have a whole host of resources for you in terms of safety, growing business, educating your employees, and then of course supporting the industry and influencing regulations. So I want to talk a little bit about specifics in terms of like our networking, in terms of our training and education. So member pricing to all events. Okay, so you know, you're saving anywhere from $150 to $200 as a member for your employees. Many companies bring multiple folks to our events, to our networking events, to our convention. So, you know, if you're bringing 10 or more folks, you're looking at, you know, savings of you know, close to $1,000 right there for your membership, which gets you halfway to paying for it. Our leadership forum, again, these are quarterly. This is where our committee meetings happen. This is where a lot of the work gets done on some of our best practices, on some of our training manuals, on our education courses, et cetera. We also do some training at these events as well. We're going to have an engineering panel discussion at our upcoming leadership forum in June in Idaho. So if you're planning on attending, the hotel registration cutoff is May 20th. Training and education. So the biggest thing I'd like to point out here is our Foundations of Demolition training series. So we offer and it says in person here, we're doing virtual this year, but so we have an estimating course, a project management course, risk management and job cost tracking. It's over 40 hours of training, and at the end of it, you get a certificate in demolition management. So the estimating course, you know, we go through preparing quantity takeoffs, building systems, walls, floors, foundations, estimate the cost of general conditions, use equipment and labor pricing to price your estimate. Project management course, identify the importance of proper pre-planning and demolition, formulate a project setup and management process, minimize risk and maximize profitability, create systems and controls, and find areas of weakness in project setup and execution and improve upon them. Job cost tracking is, we go over a few different topics in that, identifying six types of costs on projects, define differences between direct and indirect costs, and then we list 3 methodologies for cost tracking. Risk management, big one. We're offering that twice this year, one at World of Concrete, and then we're also offering one at the World Demolition Summit, which is in Chicago this year in October. And if you're not going to, I hope you're attending World Demolition Summit or plan to attend. During the risk management course, we look at proactively managing risk, define methods to rank and determine risk, so a risk assessment. Define the risks and that are present on a demolition job site, and we discuss best practices for mitigation. We're also offering a virtual superintendent bootcamp course, so you can go to our website. That is virtual. That is June 16 and 17. I hope that we have a number of folks registered, and I would hope to take a look at that and consider sending either yourself or one of your colleagues or employees to the Superintendent Bootcamp. In a normal year, at our convention, we also offer equipment maintenance as part of live demo, and I'll talk about live demo here in a second. But in addition to all of these, we also offer year-round access to trainings and recorded presentations through the NDA store. So there are a myriad of other resources in terms of education that I could go into. We offer OSHA 10, OSHA 30 online. So I would encourage you to take a look at the website. And again, happy to answer questions here at the end of the presentation. Government affairs and regulatory assistance. So I mentioned essential services, but we're the voice of the demolition industry on Capitol Hill. NDA regularly submits letters and comments on industry-related issues. So whether it's tax extenders, it could be comment to Department of Labor or OSHA on specifics regarding silica, PFAS, any issues that come up, we're there. We monitor any comments or proposed regulations that come out. We frequently send letters to the Hill. Last year, we sent 22 letters to the Hill. So quite a bit of stuff regarding PPP, regarding tax extenders, regarding essential services. So you name it, we sent out a lot of stuff on behalf of the industry to protect you and your company and the industry as we navigate this pandemic. In addition, we do have a grassroots action center. We've had well over 100 people that have gone on our website and taken action. You can find it under the advocacy tab to submit your name to your congressman or woman in support of our initiatives and efforts on the Hill. So safety resources, I briefly mentioned that. We do have OSHA compliance resources on our website. I encourage you to take a look at that. We're in the process right now of negotiating with OSHA a few final key details of an imminent alliance. That alliance will offer NDA members resources to their compliance assistant safety officers. In addition, we'll be offering OSHA our best practices. So some of those things that we've developed, whether it's attachments, we're going to be working on a power plant guidance document and implosion document. So we'll be sharing those with OSHA as well. So another key reason to be involved in the association, part of the association, is we come together to develop these best practices. Government regulatory agencies take that and use that as sort of a template when they're out in the field with OSHA or compliance assistant safety officers. I mentioned OSHA 10-hour and 30-hour in partnership with 360 Training. That's on our website. Members receive a complimentary high reach document, our safety manual, which is huge, full of tons of good stuff. Our membership directory, again, networking. People use that all the time, whether to find goods or services or somebody to sub or partner with on a project. Our safety talks. We have a hazard communications manual, pre-engineering survey, quick coupler safety, and more documents in the website. We have over 70 demolition safety talks and the updated safety manual with our NDA safety app. So we have a safety app you can download on your Apple or Android or smartphone. Every member has access to it. Every member that has signed up is able to get their login and password information. You need to email info@demolitionassociation.com. There is a page on the website where you can see a how-to video on how to use the safety app. I would encourage you to take a look at that and then download it and email info@demolitionassociation.com to get your login and password. So win work and save money. So like I said, our membership directory is a key resource. And quite frankly, GCs will visit our website and the general public will visit our website. And the membership directory is always in the top 5 in terms of most visited pages on the website. We do have a federal procurement opportunities list that we update every other week, which will go out in our newsletter this week. So if you're looking for federal work, we list those opportunities. I would encourage you to take a look at that. And if there's a particular project in your area or something you're interested in bidding on, there's a link to the government website to be able to apply and start the bidding process through that. Through NDA members, we offer a partnership with a group called Savings for Members. So we offer discounts. So those discounts are anything from shipping to wireless to fuel, card connect, waste and recycling services, commercial debt collection uniforms, truck and vehicle rentals. So, you could save well over $1,000 a year, which coupled with our discounts to our events, the discounts you can get through our member savings program. And then we also offer HR discounts on compliance audits, job description development, corporate policy development. If you take all of these discounts into consideration, you're looking at well over $3,000 in savings to your organization, not to mention the safety manual, the safety app, and all the other great programs that we offer. We do have a construction and demolition landfill directory, which saves members money. Of course, landfill costs continue to rise. In addition to all of this, we have a best practices library with close to 60 documents that our members have developed and used. I would encourage you to, it's under industry resources, take a look at that library. Those templates and documents are there for members to take, adapt, and use as their own. So a lot of good stuff in there, from checklists to just starting out right, starting your day right. So anything from job hazard analysis, et cetera. And then year-round training through the NDA store. So industry member news. So we have a newsletter, weekly newsletter that's sent out every Friday. We have a section at the top that's just NDA news. So what are our upcoming events? What are our training sessions that are being offered? And then we have industry news that we list below that. We have a demolition magazine. It's bi-monthly and available online. Always some good hard-hitting articles in that, government affairs update. We typically do a regulatory update as well, so you can see what's getting ready to come down the pike in terms of regulation, or how to, best practices in navigating compliance. Social media, we do have social media channels, of course, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and then our member directory again. So Demolition San Diego 2022, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. There are a few key things I want to touch on. One is live demo. If you haven't been to convention, I would really encourage you to, our registration will open this fall, to join us next year in San Diego. It will be great to see people face-to-face, in person. I know that our members, everybody I talk to is asking about it. Yes, we're going forward. Yes, we'll have live demo. So a few key things about live demo. If you haven't been, typically, I think we have well over 25 exhibit booths there. So Volvo, Cats, Cinnaboggan, Liebherr, as well as attachments that are on the machines there. So it allows you and your crews to be able to take in a day and visit the different vendors. So what would normally take you maybe 5-6 weeks of taking your superintendent or a few folks in the field to go test a piece of equipment at the manufacturer's site, or have the manufacturer bring it to your site, kick the tires, et cetera, go through the negotiation, go through the pricing, who's offering what, how much, et cetera. This allows you to do that in one day. So think about the staff time that is saved, the labor costs that are saved, rather than taking time from your field staff, from your staff's day, to go and look at a piece of equipment. It's all in one place. It's one-stop shop, and you can test the equipment. We have concrete there. We have rebar there. You can cut. So you can see for yourself, like, what is the best product for me and what I'm looking for. It's really a sight to behold. If you see like 28 excavators out in the field, crushing and snapping rebar, it's really impressive. I would encourage you to come just for that. If you do make yearly purchases, this is February 26th through March 1st. So it's just before the busy season. So it allows you to sort of kick the tires and all the machinery there. In addition to that, though, we also have our traditional trade show floor, education sessions there. Our education sessions in the past, just to give you some examples, power plant, working with GCs, the bidding process, engineering controls, engineering best practices, OSHA compliance assistant safety officers. So a lot of good hard-hitting education that you can take back with you and immediately apply to your company. So I hope to see you next year. I just want to give you a brief snippet of our upcoming strategic plan and some of the things that we're going to be working on. So the board just met in January with masks. We were all safely socially distant. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. But in terms of workforce, we're going to be working on pre-apprenticeship standards for our members, power plant guidance documents, and additional safety resources. So there's a starting out right video that we're going to be working on. Certification, we have taken the first steps in that, and then next year we plan to launch the official industry certification. So stay tuned for that. I will say I would pay attention to and have your folks or you yourself attend one of our Foundations of Demolition Management courses that will help give you the knowledge and know-how for the certification. It's one component of that. So policy-wise, OSHA Alliance, we're working on that. The EPA, we continue to solidify our relationship with them. They are reaching out to us now as new rules and regulations are being thought of or proposed. And then coalition building and alliances, we're a member of a number of different alliances, from the Construction Industry Safety Council to a coalition for drug and alcohol-free workplace. So we offer members with our, like for instance, with our coalition for a drug and alcohol-free workplace, there's a pledge that you can sign and documents that you can use in your own policy manual as part of that, and that's on our website. So, and then finally, who to contact: Katie Carroll, Membership and Operations Senior Associate. There's her email address, there's her phone number, how to join, log in, and accessing your account. She can assist. And you can also email info@demolitionassociation.com. And so now I'm going to stop sharing. And we'd like to open it up and take any questions. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, or you can raise your hand and I can unmute you. But we'd love to take any questions y'all have. Mr. Homrich, do you have anything you'd like to sort of recap the end of the presentation?
Oh, I think overall, I think it was a pretty good rundown of all the different components and what we do. It's always, you know, it's hard to put that out there in detail, and no matter whether it's our businesses or whatever. But the association does a lot of different things in a lot of different ways, and I think Jeff did a good job of outlining those. The one thing, you know, I would kind of encourage people to do if you're new or haven't been around is definitely either attend a convention. There's a lot more members there, but the other is the leadership meetings is a very good place to get to know all the board members as well, and be around all the different committees and see how they're working and see how things go. So, I mean, attendance at either one of the meetings, you know, or I say either the leadership meetings, which are 3 a year, every quarter, or the convention itself, you know, attending one of those, you really get a much better feel for what the association is working on and what we're doing and kind of how things are progressing forward. But, you know, that would be kind of the main thing I would have.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, there's so many resources that we do offer on the website. And I would just encourage you to go there and poke around. You know, make sure you get your login on the back end so you can see like the procurement portal. You can take a look at the library. We also have a career center, so our members frequently will post jobs openings on the career center. Go and look at resumes that have been posted on there. We have a buyer's guide as well. I encourage you to take a look at that. It's another resource. There are a lot of other things I'm not mentioning here because to go through all of them would just take a lot of time. We have a ton of different resources in our stores, in our store. So, you know, we have an attachment guidance document. We have a materials handling guidance document that's in the library. So I encourage you to just go in and poke around on your free time, or, you know, give us a call. Ask us, you know, I'm interested in this or that, and we can give you some ideas or suggestions of the resources we do have. You know, I would say email me if you have any questions. My email address is jlambert@demolitionassociation.com. Always happy to hear from members. Any questions?
Quiet. You must have answered everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody's question.
I was nervous I was going to give too much information or not enough. So
yeah,
I just did it just right.
Thing, that just kind of popped in. I don't know if you mentioned it or not. It's like even the safety app is something that has been developed in recent years. It's getting a lot of use, and is another tool for companies to keep all the either keep the information on hand and keep it all in one centralized location. And we use it on several different types of projects, and it works pretty well.
Yeah, we have close to 1,000 users on that app. Very popular. Safety manual is very popular. Job hazard analysis, very popular. All right, I know I have Dennis McGarrell, Ben Hayden on, two of the folks that helped develop some of these programs. If I missed anything, guys, raise your hand. I can unmute you, but Natalie, anything? There's Dennis.
There's Dennis.
Hey, Dennis.
Good morning. I would just say one of the things that I think is a huge benefit to member companies, and especially if you're able to attend either of the sessions that Scott had mentioned, is anything you encounter as a company, and no matter what stage your company is in, odds are somebody in the association, one of the members, has been through that. So whatever that challenge is, I'm not saying they have the answer, the exact answer that'll apply to you, but there's multiple answers. So you ask Scott a question, you ask Ben a question, you ask me a question. We may give you different answers on how we overcame whatever challenges that you are encountering at whatever stage your business is in, but it will give you options. And I think just hearing how other people have overcome some of the challenges to either get where their company is at the moment, to get through whatever growth period you're going through, whatever challenge you're facing, whether it's regulatory, whether it's means and methods, whether it's how you handle a customer or a contract situation, retention, you name it. Somebody has encountered that issue already. So they can kind of tell you how they got through that, whether that was a good outcome or a bad outcome, or what they learned from that. And I think some of those discussions, talks, conversations, those are some of the things I think that provide more value than we can actually measure, right? Just how we overcame those situations or how we addressed them. And to me, I think that's one of the great benefits when we do go to these things. I know we always end up talking work, and I think that's part of the reason is that everybody encounters different challenges and different situations at different times. And then how you handle that, how you overcame it, what you learned from that. I was very surprised when I first got involved with the association and how freely everybody shared that information. So it's nice to see, I know we're competitors in a certain way, but we're all in the same industry. So, it's a reflection on everybody, how we handle certain situations. So people are very free to discuss those type of things with you. And that's, to me, that's a huge benefit that's very hard to measure or put into words.
Yeah, I agree, Dennis. And that was, kind of my kind of alluding to coming to the meetings is that's where you get just an extreme, as you know, you get an extreme amount of one-on-one time with other contractors, and we're all in the same, all in the same boat, big or small. We've all have, challenges and things that you have to figure out how you're going to go about it, whether it's, like you said, personnel, project, you name it. We all have the same thing. We're all in the boat together. So no, I think that's an excellent addition to the discussion though. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you both. Natalie, anything?
My end, other than, I guess if I could say anything, get your arms around your benefits. We have a lot of things. We've kind of gone through the laundry list, and there are a lot of things that are available to you that are out there that you should take advantage of. Just make sure that you're getting the most from your membership. And if you need guidance, you have some staff that are really great, that are willing to help you, myself included in that. So if you have any questions about getting more involved or what your membership entails, like, please reach out to us. We are more than happy to walk you through anything over the phone or via email, whatever. So I'll just say that.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will be doing these quarterly, so stay tuned for the next one, and I hope to see you, if not in Idaho, certainly at the World Demolition Summit. We look forward to seeing you there in person, Chicago. All right, everybody, have a great day.